How do you solve a possible murder when you can't find the victim? In a new series examining local cold cases, KWQC's Morgan Otier has new details about the disappearance of a Moline man 27 years ago. Morgan and photojournalist Mike Ortiz are trying to find out what happened to Jerry Wolking.
The first few minutes was hard because every time somebody would find a cardboard box or a tarp, I'd have to go lift that tarp to see what's under it or pull that box back.
Jerry Wolking is talking about searching for a body.
That second of not knowing, okay, this could be it, and it's either a major disappointment or what am I going to see?
He's talking about searching for his missing father.
You just do it.
Inspection of the vehicle indicates that there is blood both inside and outside of the vehicle.
The month was October, the year 1990.
He was just a very quiet man, tended to his own business.
The Quad Cities community mystified over the disappearance of a 52-year-old man from Moline.
About the only clue police have to go on is Wolking's 1988 Chevy Suburban.
Most people will remember the chaos beginning here with the discovery of Wolking's big blue truck at the Moline airport.
We went to taxi stations, we went to bus stations to see if any tickets had been requested, and then went to the airport.
It was Jerry Wolking's adult son, also named Jerry, who found that truck.
And I knew right away that my dad didn't park that truck there.
That is blood, and there's blood along the running board here.
Detective Mike Griffin with the Moline Police Department has been heading up the Wolking investigation for several years now.
It's time to get answers and close this case.
Detective Griffin believes that Wolking was killed after getting hit by his own car with somebody else in the driver's seat. Evidence would support Wolking being hit on his side with his body folding over and his head hitting the hood of the car.
We believe his hip would have hit there, and you can see the indentation on the hood. That will cause significant injuries, traumatic injuries, and it will cause death.
But the evidence doesn't end here.
It's Jerry Wolking's blood that was on the car.
That's something Detective Griffin confirmed in 2013 using modern DNA technology.
Mr. Wolking's truck had mud packed it into the hitch and into the wheel wells of the vehicle.
Also in 2013, 23 years after Wolking's disappearance, Detective Griffin had thorough geological testing done on the mud.
The evidence would support that the mud that we recovered from Mr. Wolking's truck in 1990 came from the area of Poplar Grove.
All the evidence points here to Moline's Poplar Grove addition, close to Wolking's home at the time of his disappearance. Even witnesses told police they saw Wolking's truck here on the night in question, stuck in the mud.
From across the road, like, hey, you need help? And no, I got it. So he could never identify who was in that vehicle at the time.
Another witness found some of Jerry's personal belongings.
But he found a photo of my nephew out there, so there again, that became our hot search area.
Cadaver dogs searched but came up with nothing. It could be because this land has been shaped and manipulated over the past 27 years, from new construction to significant flooding almost every spring. So if Jerry Wolking was here, we may never find him.
And we didn't have a body. We still don't have a body.
Not for a lack of trying. Since the day his dad disappeared, Wolking's son has been looking.
And you got all these people looking for a person that's 5'8" or 5'10" in the middle of hundreds of acres of field and not even sure you're in the right vicinity. It was I remember feeling very overwhelmed at the time.
Even more overwhelming, he was a person of interest in his own dad's disappearance.
I was interrogated 3 times, it was fingerprinted. People would make comments to others or say, well, it was the kid that did it, and just really hurtful, hateful things like that.
While he's no longer implicated, one main question lingers. How do you find a murderer without a body?
To know your killer, you got to know your victim.